Hey kids, we're just about to get ready to leave Model Matrix Town and move over into greater things. But I thought we'd just do one quick, let's have a little bit of fun, okay? Because now that we have the power of the matrices, the power of models, we can actually start doing, multiple quads quite easily because we can move them around very easily and scale them and rotate them, and we can draw whatever we want. So I thought we just do that just to sort of hone our powers of matrix transforms. So I'm just gonna move stuff around a little bit. Let's move this up here, and let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna do. It still works. That's important. Okay, it still works. Great. So let's just do. Let's draw a grid of little squares. So I'll do 4 int x is equal to 0, x is less or equal to 10. Actually, never mind. Let's just do less than 10. Then do 4 int y, like so, and I'm just gonna move all of this in here. Okay, so let's translate just by x and y. Let's see here. No, let's actually, yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's make our loop a little bit better. We're gonna -5 and then we're gonna equal 5. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do y -5 and y, yes, like that. Okay, and then we're gonna divide these by 5. Like so. Yeah, and let's scale it down a bit. So we'll do 0.3. And I'll keep this rotation matrix the same. Okay, so I'm setting the position to be the x and y of the for loop. So we're looping from -5 to +5. And for each of those loops, in both x and y, we're drawing a square at that point. We're drawing a cube at that point. So I'm setting the model matrix, and then I'm drawing the quad. So now we should have a bunch of dudes. Okay, let's actually make them a little bit smaller because it was kind of hard to see what was going on there. Let's do 15. So there's gonna be 11. There's gonna be 11 squares now in total in each axis. Okay, there we go. So now we have a bunch of dudes. Let's actually get rid of the dude for a little bit, just to let's bring back, let's see here, let's do, I'm gonna make the color that position. I send it to position, so I'm gonna do f position x, f position y 1 1. Oops, it's not dot. So I'm coloring each vertex by the position of the vertex. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's a bit boring. I kind of want to have them different colors. I want like this top left to be one color, and then it's gonna fade down to the top bottom right or something like that. So that instead, because I'm thinking f position is actually the vertex position, let's actually send in the final position on screen. So instead of sending in a position, I'm actually gonna send in GL position here. And it wants a vector 2, so we're gonna do xy, okay? Typing xy like this, because GL position is a vector 4. And if I want to turn that into a vector 2, I just want 2 components, I can write xy to just get the xy component as a vector 2. I can also write, xz to get just a vector 2 with the x and the z component as x and y. Or I can write, xx to get just a vector 2 with x and x as the x and y component. So I can get, any combination of components into a vector 2 or a vector 3 or so on. And this is called vector swizzling, which is quite cool. Very nice GLSL feature. Okay, there we go. Now we got some nice colors going. So, let's see, what colors did I type in here? I typed in, okay, so the X and Y, or the R and B, or R and G, sorry. Red and green is the X and Y component of the actual vertex on screen this time. So, and then blue is just 1. So this one in the middle is going to be completely blue because it's what am I thinking? Because then the X and Y is 0, because right in the middle is 0, 0. So then it's going to be just blue. And then as we're going to the right, it's going to turn more red because the X component goes up of the vertex. So it's going to turn more red until it's completely pink here. And then as it go more upwards, it's going to turn more green, because since I'm pumping in the Y component as the green here. So as we go upwards, it's going to turn more green. So here we get a cyan, which is blue and green. So here's blue and red, and here's blue and green. And of course, as we go up to the right, we get white, because all of the components become 1. You know, R, G, and B become 1, so that's just white. But it's kind of ugly to have just the bottom square here of blue, because that's where the X and Y component is negative. So let's actually transform here. Let's do a vec2 pos. Let's transform the position from -1 to 1 to 0 to 1. So I'm going to do times 0.5 plus 0.5. That will convert the position from going from -1 to 1 to instead go from 0 to 1. All right, you can verify that for yourself, but this is the formula for converting something from -1 to 1 to 0 to 1. And of course, there's an inverse for that as well. Which is times 2 minus 1, but okay, so anyways. So I'm gonna take that and feed that as position instead. I don't need to compile, I don't know why I do that. Okay, cool. So now we have blue down here, and then here it turns cyan, so this is the Y direction, and then to the right it turns pink, and then top right here it turns white. Okay, so that looks... Okay, so that's something. That's something. So that's using the, you know, kind of the world coordinate of the vertex to do something in the fragment shaders, which is quite a common thing to do in fragment shaders. Let's do something fun. Okay, so I don't want to actually rotate. I don't actually want to rotate uniformly. Let's instead do the sine of time. Let's see what that looks like. Whoops. Okay, that looks boring. So we're rotating now. Since sine go from -1 to 1, we're actually rotating 1 degree left and right like this. So that's kind of boring. So let's do times 10. Okay, there we go. So now they're like twisting back. They're sort of dancing. I actually thought it was kind of nice when they were like touching the sides like that. So let's actually do 45 plus the sine of time times 10. I'm just messing around here. This is not important. I'm just having fun. I like having fun. Okay, that looks kind of cool because it looks like, you know, these are like the diamonds, and then it's turning out like, oh, they're actually squares. Huh, that's cool. Let's do a little bit faster. I'm gonna do times 4 on the time here, so make it go a little bit faster. That's a little bit too fast. Let's do times 1.9. This is essentially what I do. Whenever I do anything that I want to look cool, I just type in sine and mess with the numbers. Okay, so I think that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty neat. It looks like a neat effect. Looks kind of trippy. I'm gonna make the road a little bit more. Let's do 16 degrees back and forth. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty neat. So now I'm gonna make it so that they don't rotate uniformly. I'm gonna make them offset the rotation, so you know, these rotate a little bit before the ones here, and then you know, it's a little bit before the guys here, and a little bit before these guys here. So they sort of, there's a wave going of rotation. So I'm gonna do time, and then here I'm gonna do plus inside of the sine. I'm gonna do plus x plus y. It's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot. So I'm actually gonna do plus y times 0.4. So now I'm offsetting the, oh, that looks hella trippy. Looks like an optical illusion almost. Let's make it go a little bit faster. Or I'm gonna make this a little bit more extreme. So let's do 0. Let's do actually 1.5 maybe. That looks weird. Okay, then maybe less was the was the way to go. Maybe 0.2 maybe. Oh, that looks weird. That's cool. We could probably make the color also. Probably we could have made the color like change in some way also. Also, that would have been cool, but I don't know. I just wanted to play around a little bit, make something that looks neat, just to sort of hone our skills of matrices, what they mean, and just also get a little bit more familiarity with working with shaders, just to sort of play around a little bit. So I implore you to, like, don't do exactly what I did. If you want to, just like try around a bit. So, you know, use the sign in some different way. Maybe move them around. Like now I made the movement static, like the translation static, but maybe make that move around. Make them scale up and down or something. Just go wild. Maybe make them rotate around a pivot or something. Sort of, you know, the world's your oyster, man. I just wanted to have fun for a little bit. I don't have fun otherwise. This is how I enjoy myself. When as soon as I stop this video, you sit in the corner over there and just look at the wall. Cool. So next time we're gonna do a little bit more advanced stuff. So now we've done model matrices. We played around with those, and next we're gonna start talking about perspective. Oh, baby. Look forward to that. That's gonna be fun. All right, so see you guys next time.